What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Lasting Thoughts Podcast. I am your host, Digital Relaxation, aka Rome, and we are back again for another episode. And as always, if you enjoy what you hear, what you're gonna hear, please be sure to share this podcast, rate it, all of that good stuff. Turn my levels up a little bit. So yeah, man, let's get into it, bro. What we've been up to? Actually, damn. Forget it. What we been up to, bro? Let's go into. We got some stuff. We can go into movies real quick. You know, I've been watching some things. Not really. Actually, rewatched the Fast and Furious franchise, and within doing that, for the first time, I watched Tokyo Drift. I actually never watched that movie. So that was interesting to finally watch, and I watched it in timeline order. So I watched the first, what is that, probably the first 5 movies, well, not counting Tokyo Drift. So it's 1, 2, 4, 5, and I think 6 actually, and then it goes into Tokyo Drift, and then 7. Yeah. Which I'm glad I watched it like that, because it also helped me figure out there's gonna be an obvious time inconsistency when you watch it that way, because Tokyo Drift was filmed and released in 2006, I want to say. Let me see. 2006. So technology that was being used in the time period was 2006. But let me see when Fast 7. Fast 7 came out in 2015. So that means Tokyo Drift has to take place between 2013 and 2015 timeline wise, but you know, for some reason 2006 tech was being used. So yeah, that was that. But there was also my thing about not Hans, what's this man's name, the main character. Damn, I'm not good at names. What's this dude's name? Sean. There we go. No, because he does come back in the franchise. Obviously, I think I want to say 9, Fast 9, which is the movie that Han comes back in as well. He technically shows up in 7. I want to say 7. Or is it 8? Yeah, I'm over here fucking doing detective work. I think he shows up in 7. Because 8 was whack. 8 was the whack one when Vin Diesel basically became the villain. They should have stopped at the 7. In all honesty, they should have stopped at the 5, but they ruined the plot. But I'm gonna get into that in a second. Just explaining timeline, because I'm weird like that. I like to watch movies like that. Yeah, he shows up in 7 because they do the scene where Dom shows up at the end of Tokyo Drift. That takes place during Fast 7. And obviously, what's that? I said 2013. 14, 15. Sean character is going to be older, but they did a good job at showing him he still looked like there's a little age there, but he was able to still look the same for his role compared to when you see him now in the 9th movie. He looks much older than he did in Tokyo Drift, which I was trying to figure out timeline wise if that makes sense. Because like I said, Tokyo Drift would take place any time between 2013 to 2015, which is so let's say 2014 maybe. It happened. Fast 9 will have to take place in 2021. So what is that? 5 years? Probably went over. I can't do math. But yeah, what, 5-6 years? About probably 7. Like, cause he should have been no older than 18 in the timeline of the movie, and then, like, he looks very older than he should be in Fast 9. Is the point I'm trying to make in such a short period of time. That's the only thing that's also gonna like throw you off. But yeah, like I was saying, the Fast franchise should have ended after 5, but for some reason they want to do that stupid plot line where they killed Letty off in the 4th movie. And the 5th movie was, you know, we got the entire cast from, you know, all franchises in one movie, and we got this happy ending, but Letty character didn't get the happy ending, so I felt like they wanted to like, oh, let's fucking go back so we can make sure that she has the happy ending, which that took 2 movies to happen. And yeah, they should have ended it with 7, of course, because, you know, what you call it, Paul Walker passes away, of course, which is like the soul of the franchise. The franchise was made for him, but Vin Diesel actually owns the rights to the franchise, if I'm not mistaken. That was like his terms for coming back to do that one cameo scene in Tokyo Drift, was that he gets to basically own the Fast franchise, because Paul Walker turned it down. So Paul Walker was supposed to own the franchise, but he didn't he didn't think they would still be doing it, or he didn't want to really come back to it. But you know, then we got the 4th movie. But yeah, they should have ended it after the 7th movie because he passed away. And again, like, what was there left to tell? Like going from like the purpose of what they do in the movie, they usually go out seeking things. Like, they do things for their purpose and their gain. The 8th movie was the first time where it's like, oh, someone is doing something against them, and that's where it becomes a problem. Was like, oh, now we just can't just retire in peace. And then of course the stupid twist of, we're gonna make Vin Diesel character the enemy this time, and I'm like, bruh. So they should have ended it there. But at this point now, I feel like the next part of the Fast movie, because it's definitely broken in parts. I don't know how many parts, but it's definitely broken in parts. I'm low-key expecting them to somehow bring back Paul Walker, like physically, through, you know, technology, of course, and CGI, because his character is not dead in the franchise. He is still present in the franchise. They actually even showed him like his car driving up to the house. So it's just a matter of time of like how they're going to get him to actually physically appear now, because like it makes no sense that he's just going to be sitting here in the franchise letting his wife go around risking her life while he's just a stay-at-home dad. Like, the former federal agent sitting at home doing nothing, and you got his wife who's just, you know, she's just the sister of a street racer. But she's over here doing like these top tier government agent missions. So yeah, they're gonna have to eventually put him in there somehow, some way. So don't be surprised if Brian physically appears in the movie. Other than that, I've reread the Flowers of Evil manga, which I'm sure I talked about it on this podcast before, and I also have a video on my channel. It's actually my highest viewed video on my channel. The first time I read the manga was digitally, but I've owned it since then. I just never read it physically, so I want to actually physically read it to see, like, it's the experience of reading the book. And also there's times where the author likes to like leave messages in their notes, like in their books, and like explain like their thought process when they was making certain chapters or certain characters. So you get that bonus when you actually read the physical manga compared to the digital. So it was nice to read. It's still great. Not much to talk about because, like I said, I've done talked about it already in my video. But yeah. Music. LL Cool J dropped a new album. Funny enough, I never listened to LL Cool J album before. Of course, I know like most of his popular songs throughout his years. Like, his music has always been a part of my life, but to listen to an album, I never sat there and listened to an album of LL Cool J before. So I listened to this one because if you especially if you have Sirius FM XM radio, he has his own station called Rock the Bells, and they've been promoting that album for like almost a year now. So I heard like a good chunk of, like, not a good chunk, but like a good few songs from the album before it came out, and I'm like, I don't like doing that. I don't like hearing singles for albums because it gives me like a false expectation of like, all right, if I really like the single, your whole album gotta sound like this single. So I like to just, like, if I know who you are and not, like, if I respect your music and I see that you got an album coming out, I'll just listen to it blindly so I can just get the full scope of how the story was meant to be told musically. But it didn't harm this album. This album, funny enough, it did the opposite. Like, like I said, like I expect the album to sound like this, and for the most part, the album did sound like all the singles that I heard, despite probably one song. But it's a very solid album, especially if you are, a listener of hip hop. Very, very, very solid project. Lyrics is dope. Production is dope. Q-Tip, I believe, produced the entire album, so his production has always been dope and underrated. If you don't know the album's called The Force, which is it means something. I forgot the word that means. But yeah. In terms of the songs that I definitely like the album title song, The Force. I like Saturday Night. The beat for Saturday Night Special is crazy. Black Code Suite, I love that. Passion is dope. 30 Decembers is dope. Praise Him is dope. And The Vow, which is the last song, it's dope. I mean, all the songs is dope. Just listening to it, like, I wouldn't, like, there's no skips necessarily, but songs that just stood out, like they just work real well, like they just stand out. Those are the songs that stand out for me. There's 14 songs on the project. Out of 14, it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's half the album. Half of the album I truly like enjoy, and the other half they were good. They weren't bad. I wouldn't skip them, but I'll probably have to listen to them again to get something out of it. But like from first listen, those 7 songs stood out for me. But yeah. And we also got Kendrick dropped a new song on 9/11 after his announcement of the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna talk about that in terms of the main topic a bit too. So what else I've been up to? Of course, going into life stuff. It's not so much an update. You already know. I already kind of touched on it last episode, but this go around, I'm kind of just explaining like my perspective on things now. I'm getting to the point of learning to let go of a lot of unneeded things and relationships in my life. I've been hit with like this I don't know, like just this thought, cause you already know last year I was dealing with questioning like my mortality and whatnot, and like the idea of death. So this one, the thought came back again, but in a different way of thinking about my mortality, then thinking about purpose in life, and thinking about what you should be doing with your life, which is gonna go into the other main topic. I'm gonna touch on it more. The other thing I've been doing as well, return to YouTube. As you already know, this podcast stems from my YouTube channel, Digital Relaxation, hence why I call myself that. I made a video basically like, hey, I'm back kind of thing, like where I've been. I also have another video already planned in the works. I already wrote the script for it. It's just, getting it all done. I'm going to try to get it uploaded before this month ends because I need it to, because it's related to Call of Duty, and I wanted to release it before Black Ops 6 come out. So be on the lookout for a new video before this month ends. And I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna talk about that in my pocket on the next topic. So we're going for the topic. There's two topics, I guess. The main topic is basically, like I said, going for your goals, finding your purpose, and actually like really, really going for it. So of course, some of that stems from my thoughts of cutting things off and removing certain things in my life that's no longer, they just no longer aiding me in any aspect of my life, probably causing more harm than good. So just no longer like giving up my energy to just everything, needing to know where I should put my energy into and the things I should focus on in life. I can't focus on everything. I can't focus on everyone, because that's gonna be my issue with people, because I focus on everybody too much that nobody cares and focus on what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do, even for things what I'm trying to do with other people. And it's like not everyone is just as on board of things as I am. So doing that, my boy Max from the Splits and Sake podcast I do with him, he pulled up on me because we trying to get the second season going, and and we just did a little hangout session, and this man just be going on like what he does in his life is like he likes to just explore and go on, just explore life, explore nature and whatnot. And so he pulled up over here and he's like, yeah, like you got any of these certain spots over here? And I'm like, probably. So we searched and we just started looking for spots, just going on the adventure. I'm like, damn, like I live here and like I haven't I haven't even like encountered some of these things. So it's nice to find like new spots in my area now. So it's like I have places that I can go to now, so I can actually like get my mind off things and just reset myself. Like, so I don't want to be always in my house every day. So it was a nice eye-opening adventure to see new things, and also see what other people are interested in, like when they go to places, what things people look for, like, you know, like that's that. And that's why I think that's my, also, if I ever plan to go back to Japan again, I like this time, I want to go there with that in mind. I said the first trip was for, the first purpose of me going to Japan was to meet my friend, which, you know, that was very important for me. The second intention of the trip was to go for Japan. We were supposed to explore Japan more, but circumstances happened, and it is what it is. But I got more comfortable and more like a better headspace, a better state of mind while I was there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it still fulfilled this journey, but there's still more we could do. But now this next potential go around would be to go for me, to just see what I want to see, do what I want to do, and get things that I want to get, so that, you know, it's just my personal experience. I just want to experience it for me now. Like, I just want to be there for my sake. So learning like why people like go places and what they look for when they go places, and see like, oh, this place is known for this, so maybe you guys may have it. I want to try it here. Like, you know, certain things aren't available in just in certain states in America alone, let alone different countries. So that was nice to see that. So like now I have like, oh, I could probably try these spots out. I could go here, I can go there. And it was cool. Going into my my thoughts about the whole my mortality thing, and thinking about like actually going for your goals and achieving your goals and finding your purpose in life. I was just thinking about, and I brought it up to my friend too, just to get her perspective on things too. Just like, you know, it's one of the lifelong questions of why are we here, but it's more so of not trying to like make it a deep questioning of like why we here. It's more so like, we are here, so what are you gonna do with your time here? That's more so the question. It's not so much figuring out exactly pinpoint why we came here, like, you know. At the end of the day, my personal belief of why we're here is to fulfill something in our lives, and, you know, leave some marker. It doesn't have to be a huge marker. It doesn't, like, you know, we can't all be Michael Jackson. We can't all be Tupac, you know. Just, you know, 6 years of Tupac career and he's a worldwide icon. You know, like, we all can't do that, but maybe you could leave something just in your, you know, your bloodline, your family legacy, like, you know, being the first person in your whole bloodline of family to do something, I guess, and be that marker of, you know, there was a moment where this person in my family did this, and, like, you know, I would like to achieve that or achieve more from that, because since then no one has done it, type thing. But also for you personally, like, just do what you want to do. You know, we are put into this society. I mean, you know, different societies in different parts of the world, we are all put into things, and this is why the world is like always in some kind of turmoil. You know, you hear about one country over here, like, oh, there's some kind of rebellion going over there. Oh, there's some uprising going over here. And the problem is that we get too consumed on following society's ways, that like people start getting frustrated and start to lash out against it. We just need to break away from that. We need to break away from systems, period, and start living for yourself. Live for what you want to do. Like, there should be nothing stopping us from doing anything anymore. Just go out and achieve whatever goal you want to be. Bank on yourself, invest in yourself, take the chance, gamble on yourself, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and really go out there and try to just do something and find something and make something out of this life, while you are here to experience it and enjoy it. This life is an amazing life. Don't let media and everything that's going on in the world change your perspective on it, especially like here in America, like all this stuff about the presidential elections going on, and people like, oh yeah, America's cooked. America is just one small footnote in the grand scheme of your personal journey in life, this personal journey of this planet, and your own growth. Like, country's gonna be messed up, things are gonna happen, but you are still in charge of you. You are still in charge of your happiness. These people can't change nothing for you specifically. These people can't help nothing for you specifically. No one is personally walking up to you every time you having a bad day to fix it for you. That's nobody's job. It's yours. So you can't wait on these people to try to change things. You gotta do it all yourself. And just make the most of your life, make the most of your opportunities, as little as you have, as big as you have. There's some people who, there's always that thing of the comparison in life of why, suicide rates and whatnot happen more often with people who have success, like all the celebrities who take their own lives, compared to the people who have nothing and love their lives more than them. And it's like, it's all perspective, bro. Like, if you just did something just to do it, you ain't gonna be happy. Don't matter if you just did something and it just happened, you turned out to be one of the greatest actors in the world, the greatest musician in the world, but it wasn't something you really want to do. Just something that just stumbled upon you, and because you got forced into it, now you have to live by a standard. You're not happy with what this did to you. That's why there's a lot of artists where you're like, what happened to these artists? They fell off. They came out with one hot song. They didn't, they came out with a good song because it was just something that happened. Doesn't mean that this was their life. They didn't plan to do this. This probably wasn't their passion. They just stumbled upon it because it was just an option. It was an opportunity they had, and that was it. And those people, like, they realized that this isn't for them, and they walked away from it, and that's fine. Nothing is wrong with that. Not everyone has to be the greatest person in the world, the most. Like, we can't keep getting starstruck on people, man. Everybody is the same. Everybody is just people. We all gonna have the same entrance, and we're gonna have the same exit. It's what you do in between these times. That's your personal journey. That's for you. We can't look at nobody else. We can't compare ourselves to nobody else. We can't compete with nobody else. There's nothing we competing for. Like, everyone, you have your beliefs, but whatever. What am I competing against you for? Because at the end of the day, once we both go, it's not like, oh, you did this better than him, so your afterlife is gonna be much better because you just made more money than him. Like, no. Like, it's not. It shouldn't be like that. So that's where I've been. I've been in a more happy space. Just letting go things. I'm still in the progress of letting go things. I'm gonna start downgrading some things in my life too. Because I really just want to protect my peace of mind and just focus on myself now. It's, I feel like it's no longer an option at this state of my life to make excuses and worry about other people and worry about how other people see me and think about me. If you are going to be in my life to help make it better, you are all welcome. But other than that, I mean, occasional conversations here and there, that's cool. But I can't, keep giving everyone my energy and there's nothing coming back to me. But that's that. And that also leads into the Kendrick song. Time to, it really is time to, time to watch the party die. What the party means to you is what's different, For me, the party is, what I said before, it's all the self-doubt, all thinking about what other people are going to do for me, worrying about other people. That I gotta let that party die. I can no longer participate in that lifestyle. I need to get rid of that. It's gonna take time. I can't just say, oh, tomorrow I'm just gonna be the greatest person in the world now. Like, it's gonna take time. Nothing, and that's what I also want to get to you. I'm not telling you guys something that's just gonna happen easily, and I don't want anyone to follow what I'm saying. I just telling people what's going on in my mind. Maybe somebody's going through something similar. I'm just giving you a perspective of how I'm going to go through it. You can go through it similar or you can do it differently. That's the beauty of life, and that's the beauty of being an individual. You have your own way of looking at things, and that's very precious, and that's very valuable. Know your worth, know everything about yourself, to be the best version of yourself. So yeah, it's really time to let it all go. Time to start up fresh and new. Time to start, building to be the better you, because there's nobody else who's gonna do it for you. You gotta take care of yourself. That's what I always talk about on this platform. Self-love, self-care. So you gotta be there for you. You gotta be there for you. Anyone who's there who help you, appreciations. There's gonna be people who are gonna lend a hand. There are gonna be people who are gonna walk up to you and give you that help. There are gonna be people who are gonna offer you some advice. But the point is to not expect it, because if you expect people to do things for you, you're gonna be let down by people, and that's gonna make your relationship with certain people sour. Don't expect nothing from nobody. Just do what you can, the best way you can, and whoever helps along the way, appreciate their offers. But yeah, that's gonna be about it, man. I think so. Yeah, it's another one in the books. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, again, share it. Anyone that needs to hear this, rate it, all of that good stuff. Hope you guys have a great day, a great week. It's summer, it's approaching its end. We about to start getting into holiday seasons, back-to-back holiday season time. Your wallet's gonna be tested. Whether it's gonna be decorations for Halloween, decorations for Thanksgiving, preparing food for Thanksgiving, Christmas shopping, everything. This is the moment where, whether what your belief is, whatever, you work from January to September so you can treat yourself to the last remainder month of the year. That's how you should look at it if you don't want to go crazy thinking about it. But yeah, so as always, hope you guys enjoy. Until next episode, peace.